Well, good morning everyone. Hope you're doing good and having a great week. To all my returning subscribers, thank you for your support. And to all our viewers and those recently subscribed, thank you and welcome to this channel. Well, as you saw at the beginning of this video, I was recently back in New York City and I took the opportunity again to visit Bullion Exchanges, a bullion store located in the Diamond District. This trip took place in the last week of May over the Memorial Holiday weekend. Although by the time that you watch this video and when this video is published, it's already been a few weeks ago. For this visit, I ended up spending a little bit more than I wanted, but I did manage to pick up a few vintage silver pieces, some of which you saw in the introduction. And for this video, I'm going to go through them, share with you some of the pieces that I picked up. And at the end of this video, I'll share with you some of my thoughts about collecting vintage silvers and the costs involved in adding them to my collection. But before we get into this, do leave me a like if you enjoy this sort of content, and don't forget to share and subscribe. So, let's get into them. Alright, so the first lot of vintage silvers that I'm going to show you are these Engelhard Prospector rounds. These are listed by Bullion Exchanges as a random lot. So I had no control over the years that I'll be getting when I purchase these rounds. And unfortunately, these 6 rounds over here are all the 1984s, and they all have the E logos on the back. Now, for those who have been following my channel, you will know that I already have both versions of the 1984's Prospectors in my collection. Here's the one with the E logo, and here's the one with the eagle back. So it was kind of unfortunate, and I was a little bit disappointed that I didn't get the years that I'm missing when I purchased the 6 rounds here from Bullion Exchanges. Again, these are all 1984s. However, I did get them at a price that was slightly lower than what I would pay if I were to get them privately here in Singapore. And all these rounds here are in actually really good condition, brilliant uncirculated. And I think they'll make a fine addition to my silver stack. I might even consider swapping these rounds for those years that I'm currently missing from my Engelhard Prospectors series. Moving on, the second lot of silver rounds that I purchased are these extremely rare Hoffman Hoffman Unicorn 1 ounce silver rounds that were issued in 1981. Bullion Exchanges had just 2 of these rounds available for sale, and although they are quite expensive, I immediately snapped them up when I saw them. These rounds are minted by the Hoffman Mint located in Fort Lauderdale in Florida, and they are known as the Hoffman Hoffman rounds because I believe they were issued by the Hoffman Hoffman legal firm, and they were released in 1981, as you can see on the date right here on the reverse. These rounds are minted in 3/9 fine silver. They have a weight of 31.1 grams or 1 troy ounce, a diameter of 38.7 millimeter, and a thickness of approximately 2.86 millimeter with a fully riveted edge. Hoffman Hoffman released 5 different designs of these rounds between 1980 and 1981. The ones that I have here are known as the Unicorn rounds, and there were just 2,000 of these rounds issued for circulation. according to the data that I got from the allengelhard.com website, the link of which I'll leave in the description. With a mintage of just 2000, these rounds are actually extremely rare, and I was quite happy and excited to be able to find them at Bullion Exchanges. We'll move on now and take a look at the silver bars that I scored, and what I have here is an extremely rare Deak-Perera 1-ounce silver bar that was issued in 1974. This was released by the Deak-Perera banking group, a group that was started by Nicholas Deak, who was a CIA and Secret Service operative. He was in fact tragically murdered, I believe in the 1980s. But this silver bar here is actually minted by the Metal Arts Company located in Rochester of New York. There's very little information on the internet about this, and the Numista page on this bar was incomplete, although I've already corrected that by taking measurements of this particular bar. This bar here is minted in 3/9 fine silver. It is a weight of 31.3 grams or 1 troy ounce, a length of 50.35 millimeter, and a width of 29.41 millimeters, with a thickness of approximately 2.4 millimeter with a smooth edge. Right on the front, we can see the name of the banking group, Deak-Perera. And I'd just like to draw your attention to the back, where you see the logo of the Metal Arts Company, just over here, MA. And right above, you can see a serial number, which is unique to each bar. I have serial number 85558. So it's really awesome to be able to find a vintage serialized silver bar. And this bar here is actually toned really nicely. And I'm quite happy to be able to add this bar to my collection. Okay, we come now to the creme de la creme of my silver purchase from Bullion Exchanges. These are 10-ounce vintage pressed silver bars from Johnson Matthey's. And these bars are practically impossible to find here in Singapore, so I jumped on the chance to get them when I saw them listed at Bullion Exchanges. Now, being vintage silver bars, these have significant premiums attached to them, but I didn't really mind because Bullion Exchanges actually picked out 2 really nice seal examples for me. And there are 2 other reasons why these are actually really nice silver bars. The first of which is that they are almost sequentially numbered. You can see over here, this bar has the number 287753, while the other one has the number 287785. Before I share with you the second more important reasons, let me just quickly go through the specifications. These bars are minted in 3/9 fine silver. They have a weight of 311.1 grams or 10 troy ounces, a length of 90.5 millimeter, a width of 45 millimeter, and a thickness of approximately 8.1 millimeter with a smooth edge.
A few moments later.
Here on the front, we can see the familiar JM initials and the cross hammer logo for Johnson Matthey. These are seen on almost all their pressed silver and cast silver bars, but it's on the back that these 2 bars becomes more interesting. For these bars here, have the 3 full JM logos on the back, and these are actually more rare than the more common pressed silver bars, which has the 6 full JM logos on the back. For those bars, there's a mintage of 725,000, while for these bars with the 3 full logos, you can see the logos here, 1, 2, 3, these bars have a mintage of just 25,000. And this data was retrieved from allengelhard.com, as well as shared by an awesome content creator of our community, Silverstruck. I was made aware of the 2 variations in the pressed silver bars after watching a video uploaded by Silverstruck. So Struck, if you're watching this video, thank you very much for sharing that information. I was really happy to come across these Johnson Matthey's 10-ounce silver bars at Bullion Exchanges, and I became really excited when the staff actually pulled out these 2 particular bars. They are not only still sealed in their original Mylar packaging, but having 2 first 10-ounce Johnson Matthey's bars with the 3 logos behind, this being the rarer version, as the first 2 bars for my stack from Johnson Matthey's, is really quite exciting, and I was really happy to be able to score this from Bullion Exchanges. Alright, I have all the silvers in their individual capsules, except of course for the Johnson Matthey's. which I'll keep in its original seal condition. The other prospectors and the Hoffman Hoffman rounds are on this tray over here, looking really awesome. And before I end this video, let me just share with you some of my thoughts. I only got into vintage silvers after starting a challenge for myself this year to try and find all the vintage and generic silvers right here in Singapore. Now these are latest vintage prospector rounds, and the Hoffman rounds will not be part of this challenge, but they are going to be part of my collection. For those into stacking silvers, do note that these vintage silvers over here are in a completely different category. They're actually collector's items, and they should not be considered as part of your silver stack. Famous names like Johnson Matthey's, A-Marks, Engelhard's, or even rarer names like Hoffman Hoffman and AMC's do carry a significant premium when you find them on the secondary markets, and are actually quite sought after by collectors. As such, if you have some of these vintage silvers in your stack and you're looking to sell them, it's my opinion that you should not be selling them back to the bullion store. You'll probably be getting just spot prices for them. Instead, you should try to sell them through private sales on the secondary market. Now do note that when I purchased all these silvers here from Bullion Exchanges, these silvers attracted sales tax on them, as the staff mentioned that these are all high premium items. Now that was really unfortunate. However, after factoring the price of the silver, the exchange rate that I got after changing the Singapore currency that I had to US currency, and the sales tax that was incurred on all these silvers, the prospector rounds, the Hoffman Hoffman, the Deak-Perera, and the Johnson Matthey silver bars are actually cheaper than what I could find if I was to score these items here in Singapore. So in the end, these silvers here were actually a great score. And with that, I guess that will do it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed watching me add these vintage silver rounds and bars to my collection and learn a little bit about collecting vintage silvers for your silver stack. If you do have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Otherwise, don't forget to leave me a like if you have enjoyed this content, and be sure to hit that share and subscribe buttons down here if you have not done so. As always, from everybody over here, you all please take care, be safe, and have a nice day.
Mm-hmm.